आइसकेपछि कोरियामा बस्नुभएका दाजुभाइ तथा दिदीबहिनी अथवा someone who are students right here doing like bachelorलाई चाहिँ म भन्न चाहन्छु.
Yes, it is started.
Okay, so welcome to DAI KO Podcast, and this is going to our very first talk with Asif. Basically, he's students working at Chonbuk National University. And from Bangladesh, right?
Yes.
He's from Bangladesh.
From
And
Bangladesh.
he have personal experience working in the bioinformatics field. Basically, you did some of the work related to pharmacy, right?
Yes, actually my previous studies were from pharmaceutical science.
Okay.
So here I am privileged enough to get the opportunity to combine the knowledge of biological science to the computational aided drug discovery field. So it's a merging of two different fields, and I am pleased to get such a great opportunity.
That's interesting. And so, I think so something is making the noise, right? No,
Okay,
that's okay. And then now we are more into brief about his personal experience being a research student at Chonbuk National University. So we will start with like, when did you come to Korea?
It's been 3 years I'm here.
Yeah. So how do you feel like? What's the difference between like when you were in Bangladesh and when you come to Korea?
To make it more interesting, like
Yeah.
I would like to say the audiences, like the difference is
Yeah.
actually very huge.
Okay.
So the thing is, when you are sitting in Nepal or when you are sitting in Bangladesh,
Okay.
so from that position or that situation, you actually cannot imagine how is life in here. So my earnest request to the young fellow who are listening to our this podcast, so if you are texting in any senior of yours who is in abroad, either in Facebook or any other social medias, in LinkedIn, if he is not answering immediately, please don't mind.
Okay, that's great, man.
So
I
please
really
don't
need to
mind.
understand,
At least wait for 7 days.
Okay.
I believe he will come back to you. He will answer your question, but don't get deserted, because the point is, sitting in Nepal or sitting in Bangladesh, you cannot even imagine what goes through us in our day-to-day life and how we spend a single day. It's unimaginable. When you will come back or when you will move from your country, when you will come aboard, that time you will understand what we are talking now and what we are actually meaning. So this is how life has been. So we are enjoying.
That's interesting. Like most of the people need to understand all about these things, right? Okay. And like I heard, like I can like through some of the social media, like the personal, like based on the personal experience, like when they go to the second language country, like that's not your first language, right? Like learning a Korean from the very beginning is difficult for you, right? So how do you arrange to manage such difficulties while you've been in Korea right now?
Okay, so that's also a very important question and a very important point. So if you are, I would say, if you have time and you are planning for higher study, your first preference should be any English speaking countries. Okay, because so far I know the education system from the undergrad or the elementary school or high school colleges in South Asian country contexts are almost same.
Okay.
So the thing is, I think your first preference should be in English speaking countries. But if you are thinking about Asian countries like Korea, Japan or China, then it will be very helpful if you spend at least 1 to 2 hours a day learning that language of that country. So at this point, I can imagine that from your point of view, like I was also in your condition when I was an aspirant. So I can realize right now, like I'm saying, that at least 1 hour you should spend in learning the language of that country. It may be it might not be realistic to you, but when you will move to other country like this, then you will realize. For example, now if I ask you that tell me what is the English of give me if I ask a water from you, a glass of water from you, So it's like in English you can always ask me that, okay, give me a glass of water.
Yeah, yeah.
But right now, if I ask you that, tell this sentence that give me a glass of water, tell it in Korean or tell it in Chinese. Can you tell it? No.
I can't.
So
I'm
he
okay with
he
that.
is very good
No,
with
man.
this, but I am
I
telling
tried.
this for the aspirants.
Yeah.
So the thing is, like, try to think it in a different way. For example,
Yeah.
let's say you are in Korea or let's say you are in China.
So how do they say like mul chom to say?
Yeah, mul juseo, yeah, or mul juseo. So the thing is, like, it's also like Sadiq is also doing Korean language classes. So it's also very important. I would recommend to watch his Korean language channel also as well.
Come on, man.
So
yeah, thank you.
So
That's interesting. Yeah.
So so the point is like the point is like you have to know the basic things. For example, how pathetic it will be
Yeah.
if you are, let's say, in a country like Japan or Korea or China, and you need to buy, let's say, a piece of bread. You are going to a shop and you cannot express to the shopkeeper that give me
What do you
a
need?
packet
Yeah.
of bread.
Yeah,
Give me a packet
that's
of
right.
bread.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
In English you can do it, but let's imagine you don't have the background of knowledge or you don't have this basic knowledge about the languages.
Okay.
Then how would you survive? So this kind of transitions after coming to the countries like this,
yeah.
I mean non-English speaking countries, it becomes a little difficult. So of course it's better to get the basic conversation ideas that how would you carry out yourself.
So we get to know like what are the things like basic things what they need to master if they are coming to like country like South Korea or
Yeah.
Japan, right?
Yeah.
Just master some basic skills so your life like the beginning life can be very easy at South Korea or like Japan, a second language country, right? So let's move to next topic. Like I want to know some of your personal experience, like working as a research student. Like currently you are working as a bioinformatics research student
Yes.
at Jeonbuk National University, right? So I feel good to know about that. And so based on your personal preference, like what are the things, challenges, the research opportunity that you can find, that you can explore from this perspective? So, if there is some feedbacks that you can give for some of the like coming up with students, I want to like get all those things in detail. If you can explore more, so it will be easier for them to like formulate or like give a priority to their like for life guidelines.
Okay, that's a cool point. The point is, to begin with, at first I would like to introduce the man beside me.
Yeah,
So
come
he is
on.
also
Yeah.
a fellow bioinformatician who is working with me. I mean, we are working together.
Yeah.
But although the fields are different, specializations are different. So the point is like for the young aspirants, what I would say, at first, pick your point. Okay, pick your preference.
Yeah, exactly.
Pick your
Yeah,
choice. For
yeah.
example, if I can discuss about it, like before coming here, I had admission in two different, like one is bioengineering and another is medicinal chemistry, that too in Europe. Okay, I had the opportunities for masters. And also I had an opportunity of a PhD in Korea also as well, that is in Suwon city. That was on biotech based, like PCR, those kind of things.
Okay.
But actually, and also I had an opportunity in Australia as well, but I ignored them and preferred this lab in JBNU in Korea because I had an interest to learn about the computational tools. So since you guys are young and you have time, so at first the suggestion I will give you is to analyze the trend. Try to analyze the trend, what is coming in future. So for example, if I can say, like if you are a biology background student, so in the world you will find hundreds of thousands of students who are from biology background and doing work on biology. But I don't think you will find students who are from biology background and doing computational studies.
That's like a
That
mix
number
of-
will be, I think, less than or around 5,000 plus minus. So you have to pick your area of interest. You have and you can do it by analyzing the trends. What are the trends? So, and your interest. So combining these two things, I mean, you can set your preference by analyzing the trends.
Get to know
That
the
will
trends,
help you
yeah.
more.
Yeah.
And also, don't forget to ask this guy. He also knows quite well.
No, it can be your personal preference, right? I can share with those guys, man. They are listening with me every time. So let's move to like work that you've been doing right now, like little bit, not more complex, but like the things that you are doing currently at like you are doing at like, as a being a research student. So can you give like a little bit about that?
Okay, I can give
So people can know, oh, these types of work has been also done.
okay, to make it a little bit simpler, it's actually simple, but not that simple. The thing is, there are lots of disease. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to learn the computational tools by using which we can filter out a specific compound that is going to be helpful for patients. So for example, ours is the in silico. So we try to find it through in silico that what compounds can be beneficial, and then we forward it to the biology labs for the further evaluation. So I am taking looking after the in silico parts. That's what I am doing. He's also doing that.
That's good to know, and I'm personally also working on AI, building AI models. Like I need to learn more about like in silico parts from him, and I would like to thank our very first and very informative person. Like is like doing research, is a research student from Bangladesh, and I would like to give you so much thanks for you being here in our very first session, DAI KO podcast. And more we will be exploring maybe about personal life or many topics to explore, right?
Yeah, there are lots of
hope
things.
to see you all guys in the next episode, and thank you, stay tuned, and we'll catch up in the next episode. Bye bye, see you.